Have you ever been invited to an impromptu cookout, family dinner, or office party with only 24 hours notice? If so, you may find yourself torn between stopping by Walmart, bakery, and picking something up quickly, or scrambling to find a really good recipe at home to whip up something quickly. If you face this dilemma, a really good recipe is a chocolate eclair cake. It's really quick and easy to make, and it can solve all your short notice woes. This recipe was originated by Paula Deen, or the recipe I used was on one of her Food Network shows, and it's available online on the Food Network link, which I've provided in my PowerPoint presentation. The recipe that I originally used, I have definitely tweaked over the years, so it's kind of became my own recipe, and that's what I'm going to give you and explain to you how to make today. The first thing you're going to do is want to gather up your materials and your ingredients. You may need to make a shopping trip, but this can be made for under $10, so it's a really great recipe to use. You would start out with 2 boxes of honey-flavored graham crackers, 2 3.4-ounce boxes of instant pudding. You can use vanilla or French vanilla. It's really up to your taste and what you want. I personally like to use the cheesecake flavor, just personal preference. You would also need a 1 8-ounce container of whipped topping and 1 16-ounce container of your favorite chocolate frosting. You also need a little bit of milk. You just make it according to the pie filling instructions on the pudding boxes. Other materials that are needed for this is a large mixing bowl, a 13x9 baking dish, a whisk, and a spatula. Our next step is to go ahead and get it mixed up. The first thing you're going to do is mix the 2 boxes of Jell-O with the milk according to the pie filling instructions on the instant pudding boxes. After that, I typically will stick it in the fridge or the freezer for just a few minutes to let the pudding kind of set up a little more before adding the whipped topping into the mixture. The next thing you want to do is layer it. Now that we're at the layering portion, you'll get your 13x9 baking dish out and line the bottom with graham crackers. You may have to break some in half to get them to completely cover the bottom of the pan. And then you're going to put 1/3 of the pudding mixture on top of the graham crackers. You'll continue to layer this until you finish with the pudding mixture. I usually can get 3 layers in there, but you want to end with your graham crackers. Once you've got all of it layered up, the next thing you're going to do is take your frosting can, make sure you remove the lid and the aluminum insert that covers it before you put it in the microwave. I typically will microwave this for about 15 seconds just to get it liquefied enough to pour it over the mixture, but definitely be very careful removing it from the microwave. Once you do that, go ahead and pour it over the 13x9 baking dish, and then you can always tilt the dish back and forth a little bit to make sure that everything is completely covered. Once you've covered everything and it's kind of set up a little bit, you can go ahead and cover the mixture with either a lid if you have it for the pan, aluminum foil, wax paper, things like that. And then you're going to put it in the refrigerator and allow it to chill for about 24 hours. A chocolate eclair cake is a great recipe to make when you have little time and you want something great and homemade for your family and friends to enjoy. I hope that you have been inspired by this recipe and will want to make it and try to enjoy it with your family and friends sometime soon. Thank you.